at 6.
We've got 6, right? Okay, it is 6 o'clock. It is Monday, October 16th, 2023, and this is a committee of the whole meeting. Next item on the agenda is roll call.
Mr. Kaler? Here. Mr. Meyer?
Here.
Ms. Firmanek?
Here.
Mr. Lupton?
Here.
Mr. Rick?
Here.
Mr. White?
Present.
Mr. Sabatke?
Here.
Mayor Haas?
Present.
Mr. Russell, are you on the phone? No, he's not.
8 of 9. Right, Mr. Russell has an excused absence tonight. Next item is public comment period. Public comment. Hearing none, we'll move on to the agenda. Is consider approving the minutes from the previous meeting, the minutes of September 26th.
Motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
I got a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the September 26th meeting. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next, we have general agenda items, sewer utility 2024 budget requests. Kathy, you on the phone?
Yes, I am there. And I think Dave can probably just go right through that.
I don't know if you have any questions. Going through it, the only major changes are page S-6. It's all with heat, electricity, chemicals increases. That's mostly the increases there. Otherwise, the other stuff with the grounds and maintenance, it's the same as everything increasing in materials. Been doing a good job holding the electricity down over the last half dozen years with the new blowers and stuff. And right now, this last year, we were probably equal, the same rate as what we were 6-7 years ago. So we were able to lower the electric consumption, but the prices have caught up to it now.
Anybody have any questions or concerns about the sewer utility budget? I think that natural gas and electric is going to be our biggest driver this year, of one of our biggest. All right, hearing none, we'll move on to consider potential 2.5% sewer rate adjustment 2024 through 2028. Gabe, you want to?
Yeah, there was no increases in 2022. In the past, we've been putting in an ordinance for like 4 or 5 years of smaller increases. There's less, say, complaints with smaller increases than as we had like with the water, with the 19%. With this 2.5%, it would equal for an average household, say 10 to 12 units, it's 90 cents for the meter charge per quarter for every 3 months. And also with the 2.5, it would be 10 cents per unit. So it would be 10 cents per 750 gallons. So you average 10 units, you'd be looking at $2 a quarter increase.
Just for an average, right? That's,
Yeah, for the average for that. And this would go from 2023 to 2028.
24 to 28.
24 to 28, yeah.
One big thing that goes unnoticed with both sewer and water funds are how they are funding different positions in the city, be it the city engineer or the finance director, and a couple of other things. And if you look at what we did with the IT fund, or what's proposed with that IT fund, between sewer and water, it's over $160,000 that they're paying for the upgrades. Yes, they do use the IT equipment, but I think it's not proportional to the actual use, so.
Yeah, that department takes the major hit for a lot. Council have any recommendations?
I'll make a motion for a 2.5 sewer rate adjustment in 2024 through 2028.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second to consider, to put in a 2.5% sewer rate adjustment for 2024 through 2028. Any further discussion?
I'll just say that I'd rather see it this way because it's based on usage and it applies to everybody who's using it as opposed to just, you know, the taxpayer themselves. If you're actually using it, you're paying more towards it.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have water utility budget, 2024 budget request.
First page, you can see our rate of return in 2022. That was after the water increase and fire protection. Same applies for the water as with the sewer. I mean, 81,000 for the IT. We'll have the well rehab, and the rest is mostly the gas for the heat and chemicals again. And then for like our services and diggers hotline, meters and that's all a increase of just the materials and supply. If there's any questions.
When's the last time that we had increases on water? Was that last 2 years ago? Last year.
That was last year with the fire protection.
Okay.
The rate increase was March 1st of 22. And the fiscal side, I don't anticipate any need for rate adjustment in the next couple of years.
Thank you.
Anybody have any questions or concerns on the water utility budget? Hearing none, we'll move on to the landfill remediation 2024 budget request.
You can see the graph there, the historical graph. 2022 and 23 is when we installed the new blower and housing up there for the gas wells. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much with the engineering fees, and then our testing. Most of the testing is twice a year, and fees for the labs for the water wells, so.
Is there any practical use for that land eventually?
Right now, we're using the west side for land application for our sludge for the wastewater. And that's with the DNR approved field, so that is a big help because that's an area that we have a farmer taking the hay off.
Right.
So, I mean, it's, because it's dry and we can get out there in the spring, but
That's about it?
that's about it. Yep.
Any other communities use it for anything or plant trees, or you can't do a thing to it?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Location is not ideal for repurposing, such as a soccer field or something like that. And if you do reforest it, a lot of times the root system gets into that cap and it creates pathways, and we don't want
Sure.
that.
Anything else for the landfill remediation?
Mayor Hunt,
Yep.
long term, I guess, probably have about 6 to 7 more years of the available funding on that 2020, which my understanding was from litigation with Lincoln County originally. But obviously in the last, since 2013, it's spent $274,000 of that fund. So at some point, probably 6 to 7 years from now, the city will need to levy probably in the neighborhood of $40,000 annually in tax levy dollars to deal with the landfill. And by starting the levy this year for 2024 for $10,000, if we keep doing that, we'll stretch that out another year.
Okay. Any further comments from the committee? Hearing none, we'll move on to 2024 capital budget request, updated after 9/26/2023 committee of the whole meeting. We got utility capital.
Yes, I don't know if there's any questions from, you want me to go through them again, or
Everything stayed in, I believe.
everything
that-
stayed in, yeah?
Right, so, does the committee of the whole have any questions for Mr. Steinhagel or anybody else? Next we'll move on to infrastructure investments.
There is one change in that, the last couple pages related to the former bank site on West Main Street, and basically the redevelopment authority recommended constructing new public parking lot where the bank physically was, and replacing the interior paving on the backside. That will be paid for by kid number 8 without borrowing.
Any questions on that? Hearing none, moving on to city capital. That we have the library and the city hall flooring replacements, park and rec. 3 things from park and rec: the boat landings, docks, and chairs and tables. We have trees and lawns, the IT, a portion migrating to email conversion, and festival grounds electrical system improvements, and the assessment revaluation. Everybody okay with that, or?
Chief Bennett and I had a discussion after the committee, the whole meeting, and I don't know where it would be appropriate to bring that up, but I felt that their F-150 truck that they have is of great value to that agency, and I hear from a lot of officers that they like that vehicle. And he's talked about, instead of purchasing a sedan, is purchasing another truck.
It would actually be an SUV is where we typically go to, as long as we can afford it. Another truck is an increased purchase amount. We will see that on the return, though, when it comes time to sell that. It is more, though. It's about $8,000 more than we've asked for in the current budget. We will recover that at the end of its life, I'm confident, but it is more, so.
Would it be appropriate to increase that request by $8,000, knowing it's going to be offset by the sale of the existing truck?
Yeah, I would say. Now's the time to do it, I guess, is if you're gonna
Okay.
make that.
So, I'm looking at page 36 of the 700 some we have. Be under the capital outlay there.
So you're looking at,
The new stuff?
Yeah, first package sorted, found a new one today, so.
page C38 is police vehicles and equipment of the capital plan.
That-
Under the
yes, it's on
Cs,
Page 36 of the new packet.
Yeah, 36, okay. So the packet we just got tonight would be page 36.
Oh, the one that, okay.
Yeah, that you haven't put in your binder yet, Nathan, in that bunch there.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I was looking through that earlier, so.
Okay.
So is that the $11,000 there?
What's that?
Where is that? in
I
your-
gotta make sure I'm on the right page there.
Good luck.
Seems to be a,
There's the 11,000 is typically just an annual capital outlay for needs of the department, which could be like vests or whatever. There should be a $40,000 line item there for squad
There is.
cars.
That's on C37.
thank you for those looking ahead.
It's
Oh, no,
also,
he-
it's also
yeah.
on a page 36,
He's
but
looking,
under 52-100-08-37000.
Did you find it, Gus?
Probably.
Middle of 36.
It's on page 37.
Right now, the squad car has $40,000 identified. You're looking for more, is that what the motion is about?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to increase that to 48,000.
Second.
Wherever it is, that's where I'm making a motion.
For an SUV as opposed to a,
A truck
No, for a
instead of
truck.
Truck instead of an
That
SUV.
She wants,
okay,
right, an F-150
But he
versus
believes he'll get that
or
money back when he sells the existing truck.
okay.
So we have a motion and a second to increase the police squad, which is on page 36 of the packet we received tonight, under 52-100-08-37000, to increase that from 40 to 48,000, correct?
Yes.
Any discussion?
Just said, I may not prepared to vote on this because I haven't time to study the situation.
Kathy, go ahead.
Just clarifying, you anticipate that we'll get $8,000 in the offset and sale of the truck, right?
What I was saying is at the end of its, am I on? At the end of its life, I think we can safely expect more on the resale. I don't know what we're gonna get on the next one, but I do expect a higher than normal value on it when we do sell the existing F-150.
You think it would cover the 8,000, I mean, guesstimating versus,
Yeah, I
It's hard to say, I mean,
estimate, I would say, yeah. I think we can safely expect more from the Tahoe when it's time to get rid of that. The next squad car is here, we just need to get it upfitted. Both the Tahoe and the F-150 should fetch, I would say, close to double what we're usually getting out of them. So I'd say it's a safe bet.
Alderman Sabaki, if you're following the Ford SUVs they're running now, they're getting X amount when they sell them at the end of their life.
Yep.
With the new pickup truck they have, the pickup truck they have, and the bigger SUV they have, they're finding they're getting double what they're getting for those other squad cars.
And I don't doubt that, and it's no doubt it's valid. I just wasn't prepared to vote for any additions to the budget tonight.
What are we here for?
Well, we just got the paperwork.
Well, that is true.
But it was also on page C38
Yeah.
of the,
It was in the last packet, too.
The increase?
not the
No,
increase.
no. The vehicle itself was in our,
Oh, that's, okay.
the packets that we got, what was that, last Thursday or something?
26, Jim.
Yeah, so it's in there. It's just, we're also looking at it from the stuff that we got tonight.
Oh, I
too.
get it.
So,
So we have a motion and a second on the floor to increase the budget to $48,000 to purchase a pickup truck, another pickup truck. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion carries. Next, we have general fund tax levy operations 2024 budget, which we just pretty much received tonight. Kathy, I guess my question is, do you know what our net new growth is?
I will be working on that. I'm sorry, this afternoon was not feeling very well, so I will be looking at that and the overall and providing all of that within the next, by the end of Wednesday, so everybody knows where we're at.
And I guess my next question is to the committee of the whole is, where do you feel comfortable at? I mean, I know it's kind of we gotta know a range of, it'd be nice to know a range, I guess, of where the council feels comfortable. If we're gonna do an increase anywhere, I don't know, between 0 and 3%, I don't,
Mr. Mayor, where are we right now for increase?
that's what I just
potential increase?
asked her, and she doesn't have the,
Well, I'm going to need to know that before we know what we're comfortable with. If it's a 10% increase, maybe we'll have to adjust it to 8. I don't know if that's what needs to happen. But right now, that can't be answered. I mean,
I just didn't know if you had kind of a range of where you would feel comfortable.
only historical range. I don't know exactly what that was. And I hate to even say a figure. I mean, we're going to have to know where we,
Right.
and then we may have to make some cuts. I don't know. It may be all fine. We may pass it straight through. I just don't know, but with
Right.
inflation, I gotta doubt it.
No, I agree with you. So I believe the next step would be to establish the next meeting date, which is next Tuesday, what is it, the
24th.
24th, at 6:30 after the Personnel and Finance Committee meeting. Does that work for everybody?
gonna have to.
Yeah.
It's tentatively on the schedule, but that can be changed.
So what blanks do we still have besides not knowing what our overall goal is or where we are anywhere near or not near right now? What, we don't know where we're at with any of the personnel type matters. I don't know where contract things are. There's a lot of blanks, and here we are again, same old song and dance.
I can give you one opinion. I think the department heads did a great job in keeping costs down, so I trust completely what they're doing.
Well, yeah, I will commend them on that. I
We
think that's
just
good.
don't know what
but-
what the figures are.
The fuel and the heat, that's what's killing us. They can't fix that.
We won't have union numbers by the 14th of November, I do not believe, so we won't know exactly what the raises are, but we do have, Kathy does have an estimate in as far as wage increases for both police and fire.
Maybe we can put closed session on PNF before the next meeting. Discuss that and discuss some strategies maybe too.
So-
there's, I think that we've talked about some of the things we could contribute to. I know you provide us with some financial information. I still think there's pork in here.
Right, and I did reach out to Lincoln County Economic Development, and that we contribute 27.5 to in our budget. I will have their financials, he told me next couple days, so once I get those, I'll forward them to the committee. Today I sent you the Humane Society's financials. Do you want me to reach out to anybody else that, there's Haven, I don't know if that needs to be,
Well,
I don't know what, I don't think know if they have any,
It might be good practice just to request that. If you're going to ask for the city to fund, why wouldn't we want to know what the financials are?
okay, I'll reach out to them, Park City Gardens yet, and who's the other one?
City band.
City Band. I will reach out to those three, and
Do they have their own checkbook?
City Band?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah. I will get a hold of them and get financials, I'll email them. I guess I'll entertain a motion to adjourn then.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to adjourn. Any discussion?
Yeah, this seemed like a wasted time. Just going to put it right out there.
All the extra meetings.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, we are adjourned. Thank you.